This guy here is Jimmy Larue, and about 10 years ago now, and then before that, Jimmy was very involved in doing the color on the hockey broadcast and doing the broadcasting what Brock Jackson is doing, the in-house announcing. And Jimmy was from Oroville, right?
Yeah, Oroville. I spent many years in Oroville, about 15. I'm originally from Spokane, and I'm back in Spokane at this point, but Randy and I had a pretty good run together there. We did a lot of broadcasting together way back in the early days.
Now, just to mention for those, Randy is now the team owner of the Coyotes.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
And Randy was doing play-by-play when the team was owned by numerous owners back in those days.
Yeah. Well, things were different back then.
They were.
I'm glad to see that my buddy's got to where he wants to be. You know, God bless him. I love him. I love him like a brother, and you know, it's just a pleasure to see him come back around. You know, he was gone for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
And he came back around, and now he's the sole owner of the hockey club, and they got a heck of an establishment going here. It's nice.
Now, you know, the interesting thing, the Coyotes have number 8 in the lineup is Bobby Larue, and Bobby is the son of Jimmy here, and I was talking to Bobby yesterday or the other day at practice here, and he said he was here and he thinks he left. He was about 7 when he left here.
Yeah, he hasn't played hockey here for several years now. I know that. It all started here, and it's kind of come full circle at this point. It looks like at this point he's a 20-year-old, and he's going to finish his career here, so it's exciting. It all started here. He learned how to skate right here on this very ice many years ago, and like I said, now he's a fine young man. He's got some skills. Hopefully he's able to secure a spot in the lineup with this great hockey team, and he'll finish his career here, so I'm excited.
And I think he's still active in the National Guard too, isn't he, Doug?
He is. He's in the Army National Guard back in the state of Washington, USA, and he shoots big cannons or something. All I've seen is pictures. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, so he's doing his part, and by doing that, it helps pay for his college education, which is real great. So he's a full-time college student now. He won't be doing that if he makes a hockey team, but yeah, so he's involved in trying to keep our nation strong, and I couldn't be prouder of him.
Good for you.
Yeah, you bet.
And he's a fine young man. I was talking to him the other day. You can tell the guys who come through the Army training, they have the yes sir, no sir.
Yes sir, no sir.
That's nice to see it that way.
It's funny how that happens. I still do that too.
Yeah.
Of course, I was a military brat. My dad was a military guy.
You go.
So, yeah,
now the name Larue is no stranger to hockey. Jimmy here, his brother, is the NHL and Olympic hockey referee Denny.
Denny just finished his 26th season last year. I believe at this point he's about 56, and he's just about done. Is
he going another year this year?
He's hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's getting close to the end of the rope. You know, it's getting harder for him to chase those kids up and down the ice.
But the game has gone hot. There's no doubt it's got faster, right?
26 years. Yeah. Well, he's gotten slower, and they get faster. I think that's what happens.
What's his? He really was proud to have been selected. I mean, it's great to be an NHL referee, but to go and do the Olympics.
Yeah, and he did 4.
Yeah.
You got to remember, the first Olympics was 1988 in Calgary, and at that point he was actually an amateur official, and they still had amateur hockey teams playing at that point. So that was his very first Olympics, and then he didn't go back until 2002. So I mean, it was quite a hiatus for him. Then he went back as a professional. He did 2002 in Salt Lake, then he did 2006, I guess, in Torino, and then 2010 in Vancouver. So he had a pretty good run. He got to do 4 Olympics, and obviously that was quite a thrill for him to be out there on the international stage. For sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, and as good as you say, he's probably maybe coming into his last year in the NHL.
It's getting real close. I don't want to speculate, but it ain't going to last much longer,
but
Tommy.
a good run.
26 years in the NHL is a darn good run for a referee, especially if you're an American.
Now, Jimmy, are you still involved? Do you do anything with the Spokane junior team?
I didn't work with the Spokane junior team last year. I've worked with them several years in the past. Last year, my son Bobby, who's here now, played for a different team, so I was involved with them. And I did some announcing for them as well. And this year it looks like I'm going to be a dad again. So, but I got to commute and I got to come back here, and then you got to put up with me. So there you go.
Well, we can look forward to doing that. Hey, Jimmy.
I'm excited.
Well, thanks for coming over and saying hi.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Could we put this up on YouTube for us?
Sure, I guess so.
All righty. Jimmy Larue,
Just
folks.
make sure you put up my good side.
You always have a good side.
Do you really
know
look fatter
that.
on TV? Because I'm fat, Tommy, you know.
We are all getting to know.
Or do we look skinnier on
well,
TV?
No, it's supposed to do the opposite.
Is it the opposite? Oh, well,
They're
go.
only shooting us from the head up here.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Hey, it was a pleasure. I appreciate you having me over.
Jimmy Larue, folks. We'll be back talking to us throughout the year.
Thanks,
Jimmy.
guys. Thanks, Tommy. I appreciate it. All right, guys.